Welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to When Wealth Hurts. Today's episode. Mm, mm, mm. This one is tender. This one is honest. This one is going to bring some things up because we're talking about your money story. Not the numbers, not the budget, not the debt, but the story your life has been telling about money long before you ever earned your first dollar. Your money story isn't something you figure out with a spreadsheet, some paper. It's something you uncover inside your memories, your childhood. Yes, we are going back. Your emotions, your beliefs. And until you truly understand your story, you will keep repeating it. Even as your income raises, you will repeat the same cycle. And today we're going deep. Let's talk about what your money story really reveals. What it reveals about you, what it reveals about your safety, your upbringing, your identity that you've been carrying all the way up into your adulthood. Every woman, every man, no matter how successful, no matter how high the income is, carries a money story. So if you think you are exempt from this, come back and continue to listen. It's the invisible force behind every financial decision you make. It's why some women feel guilty spending even when they have the money, and why others spend so fast because the money burns a hole in their pocket. I know you heard that before. It's why some save obsessively because scarcity was all they knew. They don't want to let it go. They are afraid that it's never going to come back. And it's why others avoid saving because stability feels foreign to them, like uncomfortable, right? You've never been stable. So when you do become stable, you think things are wrong. You think you've messed up, you missed something. Your money story is the quiet voice inside you that whispers, money is not safe. I need to keep proving myself. Did I really deserve this? I have to enjoy it before it disappears. No matter how much I make, it's never enough. I don't trust myself with this money. And these stories, they didn't start with your first paycheck. They started in the rooms you grew up in. I want you to think back. The conversations you overheard, the emotions you felt when adults were around you. Were they stressed? Were they avoiding? Were they struggling? Were they pretending that everything was fine when it really wasn't? Your money story is inherited. But the good thing is, it can be rewritten. So let's go back for a moment. I want you to picture little old you, little you, little you, little you. Not the woman with goals, not the woman with responsibilities, not the women with bills, not the man with goals, not the man with responsibilities, not the man with the bills. Just the little old you who watched everything and you absorbed it like a sponge. Even while you were sitting there eating your cereal, watching your Saturday cartoons, in the background, you heard the tension, or you heard the whispers, or you heard the full blown yells. What did you see? Did you watch a parent stretch every dollar? Did you hear arguments about money late at night, early in the morning? Did you see someone shut down when finances were mentioned? Did you see someone overspend to feel better? Better yet, did you see someone say, don't tell the other parent as they were bringing in bags upon bags upon bags? Did you see the family go from we're good to we're struggling in a single moment? Or maybe you saw abundance, but it just wasn't stable abundance. Or You were, or you were spoiled and money always seemed to appear. You never heard about money at all. You grew up with no blueprint. All these scenarios can definitely shape your money story. So within that, little you learned what money meant in your own language, what money cost in your own language, what money could fix in your own language, what money could break before you ever even touched a dollar. And you carried that into adulthood without even realizing it. And that's the way you think now. That's the way you handle situations now. That's the cycle that you're repeating from generation to generation. This is why someone can be educated, driven, successful, and still struggle quietly with money. Not because they're irresponsible, but because they just don't know. And every time that they want to know better, they fall back into the same money cycles because the story is still being written in the same way. You're living out a story you didn't even know wasn't yours. So let's talk about your patterns. These are the ones you judge yourself for. Maybe you overspend on a credit card, maybe you don't have any money left over, maybe you treated yourself when you should have did something else. The ones you keep saying that you're going to stop doing, but you never do. The ones that make you feel shame because you should definitely know better by now at your big age is what you're telling yourself. But here's what I want you to hear with love. Your patterns are not flaws, they are clues. If you overspend, you're not careless, you're coping. If you avoid looking at your balance, you're not irresponsible, you're protecting yourself from shame or fear. If you save and then you pull your savings every month, you're not inconsistent. You're trying to create safety in the moment because long term safety feels unfamiliar for you. If you go all in on budgeting and then crash, you're not scattered. You're trying to apply structure to a nervous system that is still unsafe. Your patterns aren't random, they're rooted in the story that shaped you. So if you want to change the story, you have to come to terms with the truth and heal the past. Because as I always say, heal the past so that you're able to budget the present so that you can free your future. If you are unhealed, you're still going to continue to move in the unhealed state. So here's something that most people never think about. Your money story is actually an identity story. It's who you believe you are with money. You're telling yourself. It's who you'll believe you're allowed to be based upon your family, your generations, what's already been happening. It's who you believe you must be to survive. If you were taught to hustle for everything, you might believe rest equals danger. If you were taught money runs out, you might feel urgency every time you get paid. If you were praised for looking put together, you might use money to keep up the image. If you were told you're too much or you don't deserve that, you might downplay your financial goals and overspend to fill that void and sabotage your savings. Identity is powerful. Identity is loud. Identity will override income every time. And this is why so many people can hit six figures and still feel financially fragile. It's not the income, it never will be the income. It's the identity that you inherited from this money story. Your money story doesn't just reveal your habits, it reveals your wounds. It reveals your fears, your triggers, your longings, your unmet needs. Your money story tells you where you still feel unsafe, where you still feel unworthy, where you still feel alone, where you still feel the pressure, where you still haven't forgiven yourself or others. It reveals the part of you that still needs love, the part of you that still needs support, the part of you that still believes she has to survive instead of thrive. Your money story is asking for healing, not judgment. So, how do you start to rewrite this? Not by beating yourself up, not by forcing your discipline, not by trying to uproot everything that you've possibly known, but by really understanding what you've been through, really showing and acknowledging what you've been through, the compassion, the curiosity. Just ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? What emotions come up when I spend, when I save, when I budget? What story am I just unconsciously repeating? Who taught me that story? Do I even believe this is true, or am I carrying on as somebody else's truth? Do I still want to carry it? You cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. But once you see the story, you can finally choose what the ending is. Rewrite this story. Your money story is not a life sentence. It's actually an invitation to heal, to understand yourself, to break cycles, to choose differently, to learn from what you've been through, to create a money experience that you feel safe with, that you feel stable with, that you're able to move forward with. You deserve this new story, one written by a healed version of you. So take exactly what you've been through and use it as that stepping stool to rewrite, to redirect, to reimagine, to rebuild. You're not stuck, you're just unhealed. So listen, let's heal. And remember, you can't build wealth if you're still carrying these wounds. But together, we're definitely going to heal them.